the Polish government in exile was a very important signal to the world when it was noticed that a very important signal to the world that there was another center that had, in very many Polish minds, legitimacy. But I mean, I don't think as an institution it was particularly effective. The most effective and creative political center in the Polish emigration, among emigre Poles, was undeniably Instytut Literacki, i.e. Jerzy Giedroyć, and his very influential monthly Kultura. That's where the thinking occurred, the real thinking on how to square a circle, on how to actually walk out of communism, how to regain independence. Clearly, the London Poles, as the English would like to refer to them, were single-minded in their quest for an independent Poland, but it was a somewhat inward-looking community, and creative political debate was not its strongest point. Its strongest point was about putting together almost something that one could call a sort of semi-state in exile, i.e. A fantastic network of parishes, which of course they could have only done with the full compliance of the church. Saturday schools at which innumerable children in this country of Polish parents could learn Polish. And to begin with, and certainly within my generation, one had the great privilege of having pre-war Polish teachers. Furthermore, they were extremely voluble and noticeable when it came to political demonstrations. Polish London could usher thousands upon thousands to present themselves outside the communist embassy on certain anniversaries or at points of drama. 68, 76, 80. I mean, you could rely on Polish London to put together a very spectacular protest, usually beginning in Hyde Park, down Oxford Street, up Portland Place. But you were right in saying that in the 80s, a generation mostly born outside of Poland sought to assist Poland in what was yet another hour of need by putting together such wonderful organizations as you referred to Medical Aid for Poland and others, some actually smaller initiatives through the parishes, Polish parishes in England, not just in London. And one's fully aware of the fact that this was of enormous assistance at the very basic level. Food, medicines, etc. And most of them actually worked with the Catholic Church in Poland, which had an impeccable reputation at the time, and no one has ever for one moment questioned the fact that all of these gifts sent across from various countries, not only England, but France and Germany, got through to needy hands. I mean, there was a man called Aubrey Herbert, who was someone who actually gave most of his life and most of his money towards Polish causes. And Aubrey Herbert is someone that I rather wished at one point to be honored with a blue plaque, and for various reasons that didn't happen, but here's another man that should receive Polish recognition. He was a very tall man, and apparently with rather large feet, and failed to get into the British Army, so he joined the Polish Lancers. And in Polish uniform, appeared after the war at the British Embassy in Paris, and at that time, what's his name? Isaiah Berlin was in the embassy and had a long conversation with him and said, "I have never come across a Polish officer with such good English." But I mean, his home in the West Country was a refuge for destitute Poles. He gave money both to Wiadomości here in London and to Kultura, and he's a forgotten name. And that's just wrong. He should be recognized by the Poles.